We are stepped out upon the world's stage now, with the fate of human dignity in our hands. Blood's been spilt to afford us this moment. Now! Now! Now!
If you began to think about the subject that you're taking on in the case of Lincoln, you'd never get out of bed. You would just let somebody else do it.
I had no doubt from the time that Spielberg first talked to me about the possibility of doing this movie that it would be like Daniel Day-Lewis would be the best. And I think Stephen felt the same way. I mean, there's something about the way he inhabits a role as different as My Left Foot or The Last of the Mohicans or The Gangs of New York, that you feel the intensity of that person having become that person.
It's the man himself that invites you because he was so open, and that was one of the most beautiful surprises of getting to know him was how insanely accessible that man was. At the time, it was actually physically very dangerous.
I am so enriched by having the opportunity to work so closely with him and Stephen. But from the time I got the role and it became released to the press, which was a few months after that, he and I started texting each other regularly, very regularly, but completely in character. It was very hard to do because you had to think of the dialect of the time of how people spoke, and so I really had to work at it.
The best thing I can say is that it was easy. I mean, it was what it needed to be in the very best sense. I enjoyed every moment that I spent in her company, even when we were tearing each other's eyes out. I enjoyed every moment of that because she was real to me. Tommy Lee Jones, who I've not worked with before, and apart from a shake of the hand, I'm not sure that we really had a conversation outside of the work, but it was, I don't expect to have a day's work that excites me as much as that day did.
You are more reptile than man, George.
He seemed so completely open and fluid and trustful of the work. And I'd say that was true of every working relationship in the film.
When Daniel came on to the set, he was Abraham Lincoln, not just to me, but to other actors in the scene and to the entire crew. And it was a gift that he gave all of us.
There's never been a human being that I never met that I loved as much as him, ever. I doubt there ever will be.